What's going on YouTube? Beanie Thuggish back with the accompanying video to the new player gym guide. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at the five of the decks that I think are relatively strong on a budget, whether that be about 1,000 gems and $20 or $15, or all free to play with a few gems and the card trader. There's one of those decks in this list. Now, the deck that I'm going to show you guys first is all gems. You don't have to spend a single dollar to get any card in the deck at all, and that's going to be Luna Lights. Luna Lights is an extremely powerful OTK deck that is all from the same box. You get everything from the box that has blue eyes in it. I believe it's called Judgment Force. Let me double check. God, I should have had this ready, huh? I got my daily login bonus. I believe it's Judgment Force. It comes with the blue eyes card, some of the blue eyes cards, and it also comes with Light Torn stuff. So that's why I believe the name is Judgment Force. Let's double check. Yeah, it's Judgment Force. The only cards from this deck that are not from the deck, that are not from that box, are Polymerization, which is from the card trader, and you need some sort of a hand trap to keep you from just dying on the crackback against your opponent, along with the one trap that you have to get you your two Luna Light monsters when a monster you control is destroyed by battle if you have it set. Karibo, you can get it from Ranked Duel tickets. It's a super rare, and you could also play Temperance, also from tickets. I don't remember if it's the Sartorius event or if it's the Ranked Duel tickets as well. But you can't play Kiteroid because one of the Luna Lights, Crimson Fox, the one needed for the OTK, is limited to 2, so no Kiteroid. Sad times. But this deck is extremely strong on a budget. You can get the entire deck from one box, Judgment Force. As long as you open it once, this deck list right here in front of you will all come from that one box. The next deck I want to mention is the full free-to-play Aroma Mages. Aroma Mages is a deck that you can acquire all from the card trader. Every card from this deck comes from the card trader, minus a few cards from the mini box Fortress of Gears. Wonderful thing about Fortress of Gears is it's a mini box, so after you get your 1 Humid Winds, you can reset the box to go for your 2nd Humid Winds. Every other card that's from that box that you need for the deck, including the 2 Blessed Winds and Dried Winds, are rares. Aroma Gardening is a common, and Laurel is a common. So you should get those before you get your super rare Humid Winds. If not, dig through the box a little bit more. Shouldn't cost you more than 2,000 to 3,000 gems for this deck, plus the cards from the card trader, which is Jasmine, Kanega, Rosemary, Bergamot, Aroma Garden, and Aroma Seraphie Jasmine, and Angelica. This deck is a life gain deck that has a very control-y / mid-range style of play where you want to attrition your opponent out of the game with your card draw, with your life gain, and with your powerful effects like Kanega, making their monsters weaker, bouncing their spells and traps, and attacking them with cards like Rosemary while you have more life points to keep them at bay, and they can't activate card effects while you're attacking with Rosemary. Very cool. Very cheap deck. I played it for a while, really fun, but it's not like top tier. If your opponent has the perfect cards to out your back row, you just lose. You can't play the game. Kind of sucks, but it is a very fun and very effective deck. Will get you far on the ladder if you play it properly. It's a very hard deck to pilot though. It's not easy. Another deck that I want to look at is actually Hazy Flame. Hazy Flame is a very, very, very simple combo deck. The combo in the deck is you want to get your Basel Trice on the field. I'm looking the wrong way. There we go. This is me. This is backwards for me. This is that way. There we go. This is backwards for me. Basel Trice is in a mini box. It's in the Rage of Volcano mini box. So if you are going for a higher rarity deck, something along the lines of Fire Kings needing 3 Arvada for that deck, you can buy the starter deck, and then along the way you can also make this deck because you need 3 Arvada, so you're gonna have to open the box 3 times, or 2 if you only want 2 Arvada. My list is only playing 2. You get the Veils from that box. You get every single card from the box. Basel Trice is a super rare, which means that if you get your first one and you only want to play that deck, you don't care about the other decks in there, reset the box, go ahead and start digging for the other cards. Every other card in the deck is a rare or normal. You play all monsters except for your trap because Sphinx is from the card trader. It's a rare from the card trader, normal inventory. When it's on the field, you can call the top card of your deck. If you get it right, you can special summon a card from your graveyard. Special summon a Hazy Flame from your graveyard. Then you would go off making a Basel Trice. If it has 4 materials, it's untargetable. If it has 5 materials, it's indestructible by card effects. And I believe it goes all the way up to 3,500 attack, or 3,400, which is really good. It's a very gimmicky deck. It is highly exploitable, but you can also play other rank 6s. You can also play Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger if you get a hold of that. This does have an upgrade path. And because it's from a box with a stronger deck in it, you can also get another deck while working on this one, which is really cool. I only say stronger because I think that Fire Kings has ways to out this deck. You can just kind of beat over the big monster. It doesn't say it can't be destroyed by battle, I don't think. I could be wrong. And then if they just attrition you out of the game and you run out of cards because your combo takes so many cards out of your deck with Sphinx and Hydra, you just deck out. But it is a very good deck. It's very fun. I've played it. People don't really like it. Most of them usually scoop. This will also get you from rookie all the way up to about silver or gold. It won't be easy because sometimes you just won't open a monster that's summonable, which kind of sucks. But at least it's relatively cheap, not too expensive. The next deck I want to look at, these next two decks are paid decks. You do have to buy the cards from them. The reason why I didn't put Noble Knights, the reason why I didn't put Fire Kings on this list is because you have to buy the cards. Then you also have to dig through a box up to 3 times. So that's why I didn't put Fire Kings on this list. I really do like the deck and I think it's relatively cheap. But you do have to get kind of lucky with your pulls on your Avada. So instead we're gonna look at 2 more decks that also come from starter decks. The first one being Noble Knights. Every single card in this list, minus the 1 Custonin, is from the starter deck. Oh, and the Ektar. But the Ektar and Gwynfor. So there's 3 cards in this deck. I'm sorry. Ektar, normal. Gwynfor, normal or rare. And Custonin, super rare. All from the same box. I believe that box, let me take a look. I believe that box is Infinite Ray. So everything else is going to come from the starter deck. If you cut those cards, you can play this deck 100% just out of the boxes. It'll cost you about 15 bucks and 1,000 gems. It's a very good deck. It used to be top tier before they nerfed balance. It was one of the strongest decks in the game, possibly, arguably, the strongest deck in the game. Very good upgrade path because there's a lot of things you can do to the deck. A lot of skills make this deck a lot better. Equipment exchange, which is what I play, and I play Cosmic Cyclones. And I play a 24 card list instead of a 20. But I'm showing you a very stock list that'll get you there. I'm sure if I took this exact list into ranked right now, I could probably make it up to Legend, make it up to King of Games with enough good draws and enough good luck. This is probably, maybe, perhaps the best deck on the list, right next to Lunalights. I think that this and Lunalights are the 2 strongest decks out of the 5 that I'm showing you today. But there is one more that I'm throwing you guys for a loop with because I think it's really, really cool. The last deck I want to show you guys is actually going to be Red Eyes Slash Dragon. Now, there's only a few cards in here that don't come from the starter deck, and they're all from either ranked tickets or the card trader, which is phenomenal. You can get the trap Red Eyes Spirit from tickets. You can get Red Eyes Insight from ranked tickets. You can get Metalmorph from Joey Duel Rewards. And I think there's another way to get it as well. Don't quote me on it. And then everything else, oh, and AD Changer is from the card trader. It's a rare. Everything else comes from the starter deck. You're playing 2 Wyvern, 1 Retro, and then you're just playing 3 Slash Dragon and 2 Red Eyes. Red Eyes also comes from the card trader, but you get 1 when you unlock Joey. I don't think that it's a level up reward for Joey though. So you are going to need to invest in a lot of card trader cards and a lot of tickets to get this deck, but it is very gimmicky, very fun. You attach, the Metalmorph to your monster and then they can't play. Another equip spell would be really good in this deck, Power of the Guardians, but you have to get that from a different box. You buy there's a starter deck where you can get that. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I believe it's called Masters of Chaos. Masters of Chaos. You can get Power of the Guardians. It's a 1 of in the deck, which is pretty shitty. For 1,000 gems, you get 1 of it, but you also get some other good cards like Keeper of Dragon Magic, Polymerization, and Dark Cavalry, which is a really, really strong fusion monster as well. If you want to tech like a small Dark Magician engine in this deck, because you just need a Dark Magician and 1 Dark Monster and 1 Warrior Monster to make this. And then for your Red Eyes Slash Dragon, all you need is a Red Eyes and 1 Warrior Monster. So it's a pretty nice tech. If you want to like maybe upgrade the deck, you would throw in a Blue Eyes White. You would throw in a Dark Magician, and you would throw in a Dark Magician, and you throw in the Dark Cavalry along with the additional cards from the Masters of Chaos starter deck. Otherwise, this deck all comes from the card trader, ranked tickets, and the Red Eyes Return of Red Eyes starter deck, which I think is pretty cool. Those are the 5 decks I wanted to show you guys today. To go over them again, it's Red Eyes, Lunalight, Hazy Flame, Aroma, and Noble Knight. All very simple, very fun decks. They will get you pretty far on ladder, and they're very cheap, very affordable. They're not amazingly expensive like Blue Eyes or like TGs, but they may not perform as well. I cannot guarantee that. Anyways, this has been Beanie Thuggish back with another Duel Links video. Please, if you enjoy the content, subscribe, That'd be lovely. Comment. Ask me literally any Duel Links questions. I have no problem answering them in the comments. I've been playing for about 3 months now. I think I've gotten a good handle on the game. And expect more Duel Links and regular Yu-Gi-Oh content coming soon. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, YouTube.